Welcome back to another episode of 1320 Time Stream. And this is our wave spell in which we are on the 7th day of today, which will be the White Resonant Wind. Let's get into it. Okay, let's start off by appropriately breathing some of this wind energy through our body here. Okay, it's going to be our neck and spine, our spine with our right middle finger on the in-breath. Begin. Okay, well, I think the first thing that I'm going to start with today is that today kind of represents the first, like if yesterday was 2012, that kind of 2013 portal energy, and the 5 days before that, and then the 2 days of the last days of the other wave spell were the 7 moons leading up to 2012. Then today is actually the first moon in the kind of proverbial new age. And so it's the first of 7 moons, also representing the crown chakra. So in this respect, today we're really working with those imprints representing how that new world is unfolding for us, how that new world is representing and how we're showing up for it within ourselves to embody that full change. Now we can say ascension, and I think it's actually very appropriate to say ascension, but some people actually feel that's a very kind of out there terminology, like all of a sudden you're like ascending into light and disappearing out of the physical. And to be honest, that's not really ascension, that's more like disappearing. And I feel if we really think about it, ascension is just like really overcoming the nuances of these old paradigms. And so I think one of the most fundamental aspects of ascension is to witness more abundance, more harmony, more joy, and just being connected to everything on a much fuller level, to be part of everything quite existentially, like to really be a part of everything. And every aspect of your reality, everything's really a part of you. Like there's no just like random things or random events or random objects. Is that everything is an irrefutable part of you. Everything is a valued part of your experience, and there's no accidents. And so that being said, I feel that kind of gives a very good little definition into what like the imprint of a sustainable paradigm can look like. And I'd like to start with that simply because maybe it can go up to that point of like disappearing. Maybe we, disincarnate from our bodies or whatever. Maybe some of you really want to do that. Maybe some of you are really called to do that. Maybe some of you are, done with the body experience. I know for me, I feel that a big part of this ascension really has to do with embodiment, and it's truly settling into our bodies and allowing not just our physical body to exist, but really to go into how our physical body and the earth body, the holonomic, and all the galactic bodies are the same body. So it's not that we're fizzling out of the physical body, is that we're recognizing that all bodies are actually connected to the same body. And so this is what I call recognizing a sense extension, is that we now extend to these more and more defined senses of the truly holistic and the totality of the self. And so as we ascend, we're kind of going deeper within and recognizing the major essence that is hidden within the nuances of our being. So that being said, getting proper into the wind energy here, which is really, coming from that that dragon, where the dragon's kind of like a nurturing mother that is protecting something. There might be a little bit of, fury in trying to protect it. Maybe, oh, don't steal my eggs. I gotta get the crow from stealing my eggs, or my children are gonna, die. And so there's a very real primal energy. And so, whether or not that is this or that is that, that was a potential energy slash interaction on that dragon day. But the key is not the violence, the key is the nurturing. That is the key. The key is the nurturing of that which is coming into being, that which is being birthed. And so today is like, in many ways, the dragon itself is like kind of like the vaginal canal in the womb kind of energy. And it's like we can say that we're now in the like gestation period, and the wind in many ways, especially because it's the resonant wind, is actually channeling the spirit into the creation, into that which is being birthed from that like internal macrocosm. The internal macrocosm where spirit is derived from within, and how that secret, mysterious, magical energy of life gets breathed into something that is created from within, very much reflected in the nature and the mystery of human life, in the way that a being can be created, which is so far beyond the biological circumstance of scientific analysis of the externalized objectification of what a human being is as an extremity. We come down to something which bypasses any human being's real ability to know, outside of the ability to directly connect with the source of creation as the source of creation itself. And I find this here is the essence of the wind today, is to really go into that essence of creation. And in this essence, I feel, in a very grounded essence, it's like really channeling your truth, channeling your communication. Today is about that communication. Today is about really getting through to people, and also really getting through to yourself. And so I'm going to leave it like that, because there's a lot to interpret there. And I find there's a lot of real deep abstractions as we start to like come up into, dragon, wind, night, seed, serpent is when things start to change a little bit, kind of energy. And so, yeah, I find that's really about speaking and entering your truth, and getting the message across, and receiving, and just trusting the way the wind is blowing, kind of energy. Okay, stay tuned for the affirmation section of today's episode.